Okay. Peppa Pig, tiny creatures.
Peppa Pig, tiny creatures. Peppa Pig, tiny creatures.
Peppa and George are helping Grandpa Pig pick vegetables. Grandpa hands Peppa a lettuce.
That's a real snail.
Peppa can see something sitting on the lettuce.
It's a snail.
There's a horrible monster, she snorts.
It's no monster. It's a snail.
That's just a little snail, says Grandpa.
That's a snail.
Grrr, monster, says George. George likes the snail. Suddenly, the snail disappears. Where's he gone? Asked Peppa. He's hiding in his shell, explains Grandpa. Grandpa, George and I want to be snails, says Peppa. Well, says Grandpa, these baskets can be your shells. I'm going to eat up all Grandpa Pig's lettuce, laughs Peppa. Oi, keep off my lovely lettuce, you cheeky snails, calls Grandpa. And when Grandpa Pig shouts at me, giggles Peppa, I'll hide inside my little house. Monster, says George. Here are Peppa and George's friends. Can we be snails too? They ask. Well, says Grandpa, you could be something else exciting from the garden. What's that buzzing sound? Asked Peppa. It's coming from that little house, says Susie. It's a bee house.
It's a bee. It's a bee house,
explains Grandpa.
Look, it's a bee
called
house.
a hive.
And a wolf.
The bees collect nectar from the flower and then fly to the hive to make it into honey. I like honey, says Peppa. Let's pretend to be bees. Bzz, bzz, bzz.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
What busy bees? Laughs Grandpa.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Granny Pig has been baking bread. Would you busy bees like some toast? She asks. Yes, please, says Peppa and her friends, with lots of honey.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
I like being a bee because they eat lots of lovely honey, says Susie. I like being snail, snorts Peppa, because they eat all Grandpa's vegetables. And that's the end. Tiny creatures. Grandpa Pig is showing Peppa and George his garden. There are lots of tiny, slimy, buzzy creatures to learn about. The end.